Oh, wow. Santa Claus, he's starting to get psyched, huh? Getting that stuff wrapped up at the North Pole. It's a Wonderful Life Monday. Weber this week, December 15th, 2014. My special guest and friend, Rhett Ticconi, the new Director of Fitness and Health at the New York Chiropractic College. We'll talk to Rhett, and we'll talk about a whole lot of other things today. We'll even give credit to the Bills. And I have been a Bills fan for 55 years. It's going to be hard, and I just thank God Rhett's my guest this week and not the Meares boys. Of course, Mike Meares, the famous attorney in town, along with his son James Meares, who applied for that intern for one day as the Bills organization and made it to top 10, top 12. Got a trip to Buffalo. Didn't win it, but if those guys were on the couch, I'd be taking a lot of heat this morning, and I'm sure I will next week, because we'll talk about one of the fertility streaks that they finally ended at the Ralph. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Good morning, everybody. It's a dog with you, H. Weber. Good to have you alongside. Hope that you're getting all psyched up. Hey, I checked out some weather forecasts. I'm kind of into this Weather Channel stuff now. And I noticed the weather the next 7 or 8, 10 days may not be all bad. 25, 30, 35 degrees. No major storms, according, you never know about the forecast. But it looks like with all the people going around the country and around the world, it should be decent around the Finger Lakes. Let's hope and pray. So without further ado, I want to comment about one thing before I get to Rhett, though. Yesterday I had a chance. They've been driving me crazy to go up to the Sons of Italy in Geneva to check out some football action. They got about 6 different screens up there. And what they do at the Sons of Italy on Prospect Avenue in Geneva, they have guest bartenders of the week. No, I wasn't the guest bartender yesterday. I have a hard time unless it's a cold beer. I might be able to find that for you. But I got to tell you something, folks. They had a couple yesterday. They were legendary. Kathy Cosentino from Geneva, along with Nancy Long. Long on experience, by the way. These two ladies were the guest bartenders, and they were phenomenal. I just want to send this out. They had smiles. They knew what they were doing somewhat. I'll tell you one thing, they did not direct Tom Cruise in the movie Cocktail, but they were fantastic. They had a lot of laughter and a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. I was there 3 hours. I just want to say thank you to Kathy and to Nancy for putting on a great show as the guest bartenders yesterday at the Sons of Italy. I left at 3. My daughter was still there. God only knows what time she went with her friends, but I'm getting too old for hanging around bars. But it was a great time yesterday at the Sons of Italy. Well, without further ado, good to have my friend Rhett Ticconi, who, of course, is quite involved with Finger Lakes One. He was nice enough to give us first-class accommodations, Rhett, a couple of weeks ago down at the college. First off, thank you for coming in, and happy holidays to you.
Thanks for having me.
Rhett, let's talk a little bit about yourself. For our viewers that may not know you, of course, you took over for the legendary Tony Petrosio, who'd been there many, many years. Tell us about where you were born and the schools you went to and how you got to here.
Well, I grew up in Lyons, New York. So
my hometown, baby.
That's right, but not too far away. Coach Boeheim's hometown.
There you go.
Go Syracuse.
Yep.
Close one last night.
There you go.
We'll take it.
That's right.
We'll take it.
A win is a win.
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up there and went to school down in Miami, Barry University. Went there for sports administration and spent quite a while down in South Florida, about 18 years, working after college for the Miami Dolphins. And from there came up to Cornell, came back home to Cornell as director of football operations there. And then recently took the job here at New York Chiropractic College as the director of health and fitness.
Now, obviously, that was a job that was advertised, that was an opening, or did you hear from someone that it was available?
The
Tony
one here,
was retired?
yeah, I just heard that Tony was retiring,
Okay.
and then the job was posted.
Okay.
And, so it was a good fit for my background with both with the Dolphins and with Cornell. Kind of a little bit of both from each side, the facility side with the Dolphins, a lot of that in the operations of things, and then dealing with students and a lot of things that went into the football team kind of relate to the students here at NYCC and the intramural programs and all the special health and fitness programs we do.
I certainly know that the college has many, many offerings. You talked about that during one of the broadcasts. You were interviewed by one of my colleagues.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize that having been a member there for a few years is that it's really a dynamite. I mean, it's a phenomenal gold opportunity for folks to take part in that.
Well, it's a great deal.
And senior citizens get in for nothing because they get that silver sneaker.
Correct.
Priceless.
Yep. If your insurance covers that, the Silver Sneakers program will take care of your entire membership.
Exactly.
And if it doesn't, it's only $120 a year as a senior citizen member. Mm-hmm. Other memberships are $385 for a single and $495 for a family, up to 5 people. So great deal. We have a lot of good things there. The pool is great.
I know it is.
A lot of people take advantage of the pool. We have 4 basketball courts, tennis court indoors, tennis courts outdoors. The fitness room. a lot of fitness classes in the aerobics room, from the new stuff like CrossFit type things to yoga, to strength training classes. There's just a lot of things to be able to do for everybody over there.
So, I mean, it's truly an unbelievable opportunity for anybody checking us out this morning. If you've never been down there, and yes, if you're a senior citizen and you get the Silver Sneaker addendum to your insurance, which is free, can't beat that, right? FRE. Check out the college, go down there and meet one of their fine staff, and one of Rhett's fine staff. They'll get you all signed up.
Absolutely.
And get you a badge and a membership card, and off you go and have a great time. So, it's really amazing. And Rhett, the display you put on for Jim and Finger Lakes One and the rest of the people that attended the college, and the fact that the opening tip-off classic involving Lions, Southern Cuga, South Seneca, and Minders was short of spectacular, nothing short of spectacular. The classiness of putting their names on lockers, including the ball boy and the manager, and giving us press credentials. I just thought that you guys really did a lot of homework, and you wanted to make it special, and you certainly succeeded.
Yes, no, it was a great event, and really happy to be able to bring basketball back to NYCC first year doing it, and we were able to get 4 good teams to come in, and having Minders as the pseudo host of the event, and bringing Lions in, you kind of have a hearts there still, with Lions.
Oh,
and
sure.
Coach Young and his team, he does a great job over there as well. But yeah, it's all in the details. It's just having the kids really feel good about what they're doing over there, and enjoying the experience. Want them to come back. We want them to be out, and the coaches. We want everybody to enjoy it, and hopefully next year maybe we can get 2 or 4 more teams, or have a girls tournament there. I'd love to get the girls over there as well to have a tournament. Maybe do a Christmas tournament with the girls. Maybe Minders could host that, and then do a tip-off classic with the boys, something along those lines.
Did those teams all say they wanted to come back?
Yeah, they were all definitely interested in coming back. So we'd love to get them, signed up, and then, if we can get Waterloo to come over, and
that'd be great.
And a couple other teams, maybe reach out to Trumansburg, get them to come up, and maybe Romulus will be willing to come over. Just kind of add to it. I'd love to do a 1:30 to 7:30, have a game.
Sure.
So would we.
Every couple hours.
We'll be there.
4 games would be great. It'd be a nice day.
Well, Jim did 3 play-by-play games at Victor. Maybe you could test him to do 4 next
Let's see
year.
if he can get 4 in there.
You want to do a Troy Quacha? Hey, I like that. Huh?
Hey, I could do it. The thing about that triple header in Victor was that when the one game ended, I was excited to see the next game, because I wanted to see these teams play early in the season, and that's what's great about like a showcase like that they did at NYCC, is you just get to see so many teams you might not be able to see through the normal course of the season.
Right.
So
it's pretty interesting. Well, I just was impressed, and I think I don't know, Rhett, if it's a possibility with Section 5, whether or not they would entertain the idea of having a sectional playoff game at your place.
Well, we'd love to have them back there.
Because I believe at one time they did, correct?
they
Didn't you
did.
have sectionals at the
Could
school?
be.
I think so, years ago. I don't know why that would not be a consideration, because you have a beautiful complex.
We'd love to have them explore the opportunities. I've talked to Rod Verkey a little bit, and
There you go.
ways to go about possibly doing that again. So
Sure.
maybe down the road, that's something we could entertain as well.
Well, you guys are famous for hosting major events, AAU. I mean, the list is endless.
We have a full lineup of AAU coming in the spring. We have a couple volleyball tournaments as well. So busy spring coming up, and potentially we'll have a MMA event there. We're dealing with the Geneva Boxing Club on that, trying to put something together there as well, which would be great for them as a fundraiser for their program over there. They do a lot of great things over there with youth in Geneva. So
Now, of course, you being the head of it, you get the credit when things are right, and you get the blame if things go wrong, which is part of being the manager and the head of it.
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about your team. Can you mention some people's names that you work with day in, and give some credit to those folks?
Well, Stacy Steele and Roberta Winters were there as I came in, and they do a great job. Stacy's our operations coordinator, and Roberta's our health and fitness coordinator. And then I brought in a gentleman named Dustin Dillard, who's from the Rochester area. He went to Cornell, played football at Cornell, and he just graduated this past May, and he's our manager of health and fitness and aquatics. So the 3 of them really do a great job, keeping everything running and smooth. And I just kind of sit back and look good. They take care. They do a great job. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all work well as a
Don't screw
team.
it up, right?
Right. We all work very well as a team, and they do a fabulous job for us. I mean, Roberta and Stacy. Roberta's been there, I think, 15 years, and Stacy's been at the school around the same amount of time, but over at the rec center for about 3 years, I think. So, it was nice. They really made my transition into the position very smooth, and bringing Dustin on has been a great addition to the team.
Well, that's great. We're going to have a lot to discuss with Rhett. Of course, he's a real close friend of mine now, knowing that I know he's born in Lyons, because that's where the dog was born. Myself, Rhett, and Jim Boeheim. Huh?
That's right.
Jim makes a little bit more money than Rhett, and I'm kind of third in the line. Yeah. Can you say zillions of dollars, Jim Boeheim? Hey, I give no hard feelings about Jim. Local boy does good.
He's doing good.
Local boy does good. And
Absolutely.
if I was Jim Boeheim, everybody talks about when's Hopkins going to take over that program. I'll be 70, God willing, in April 29th next year. But God willing, folks, Jim's going to love this. I would never retire if I was Jim. Never. I would stay there.
He might feel different after watching him on the sideline yesterday.
Yeah.
He was like out of his mind.
Was he?
Yeah.
I mean, I would never leave. And I don't think Gerald Grove's going to get rid of anybody down there. But my point is, I would stay forever. And what are they going to do? Fire him?
I'm sure he'd like the Louisiana Techs at the Carrier Dome to be a little less close. Not needing a buzzer beater by Christmas.
Yeah. And by the way, Mike Hopkins is not starving. I'm sure he's paid well.
He's doing okay.
Yeah. Speaking of getting paid well, before we take our commercial break, I have to admit, whether Rhett agrees with me or not, I love this NCAA. It just tears me apart with the double-edged sword how they operate. If you have a college kid and you get $300 from a Ford dealer to fly home to see your grandmother passed away, there's an issue. Well, you shouldn't have taken that money, or maybe you bought 2 pizzas and you shouldn't have used that $40 or whatever. I mean, this Musgrave guy, the guy that was coaching Florida, they moved him out of there as the head coach, and all of a sudden he signs up with Auburn, his old university. They're paying him $1.7 million to be a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
$1.7 million, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put that in a proper text. A defensive coordinator getting $1.7 million. Come
College.
on. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then he can't let these college kids fly home and take some money from a Ford dealer that wants to at least pay for the barrel or do something. And it's just so screwed up, the NCAA. I know that, it's America. You should be able to get what you can get. But, oh, my God, I saw that. I almost fell off the chair.
It's
Give me a
interesting.
break. It's just so ridiculous. And whatever, speaking of the NCAA, maybe Rhett can answer this, maybe Jimmy, whatever happened to the vote in Northwestern about unionization? They had that seal, right?
Kind of just went away.
But whatever happened
I think what
to it?
happened
Are they ever
there
going to
was-
announce how it turned out?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Northwestern players who were pursuing it decided to back off because
they did?
a lot of their peers,
Oh.
both at Northwestern and throughout collegiate athletics, were basically like, okay, let's
didn't
pull
know.
it back now before we blow this whole thing right up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There's been a few rules changes though when I was still at Cornell.
Yeah.
Like now they can you can feed the players at any time if
Thank
you want
God.
to, and they're allowed to do that. But there's issues with that too. You have the haves and have-nots. You have the big, the Power 5 conferences. But
Sure.
school like Cornell, they can't afford to just feed the kids anytime they want to.
And down in Auburn, they're having surf and turf every night. I mean, that is like a benefit almost, right?
Yeah. Rhett, Cornell gets toasted cheese, Auburn gets surf and turf.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy your meal, guys. Well, we're having fun with Rhett Ticconi, our special guest this morning, Director of Fitness and Health at New York Chiropractic College. Good morning to all of you. We're going to take our commercial break, say hi, and thank our great sponsors as the year ends for being a supporter of the Dog Show. We'll come back and touch on some other sports topics, get Rhett's opinion as well. Stay with us. Hugo Lake National Bank. Bill Ryan and his team for all of your banking needs. Offices in Union Springs and Aurora. A fine sponsor of this show for over 30 years. DA Liquors, Seneca Falls. Amy Padula and her great team will find that right spirit for you every time. Tell Amy the dog sent you. Steve Wadhams, Wadhams Enterprises, your employer of choice. Proud supporter of this show and local athletics. Bob and Leslie Oman, owners of the Oman Theater, in Lyons as well as the Newark Pilots, a minor league baseball team with a major league ballpark. SenecaFallsCountryClub.com, awesome 18-hole layout, offering a 12-month payment plan. Wilson Press, WPress.com, Seneca Falls. Rich Ricky, my good friend, and his team can handle all of your printing and mailing needs.
I mean, it's an expense.
All right. We are back, and it's Weber this week on a Monday. See, folks, while cursor being played, we chit-chat about sports topics behind the scenes as well. I hope you're having a good Monday morning. And again, we certainly welcome you to the show. Just to give you a reminder, we have the Miros boys coming next week, and thank God they weren't here today. The Bills have done something which is remarkable. They ended one of their fertility streaks. But they'll be here. James, the young son, and, of course, Mike, the famous attorney, will be on the couch talking Bills and telling me how I should be a supporter. I haven't followed the Bills or supported the Bills in 57 years. I don't think that's going to happen. But the Mirrors boys will be on the bench or on the couch next week, and I'm sure they'll be all dressed up with their Bills paraphernalia. So it should be a lot of fun. Check that out next week. And then in the last show of the year, Joe Siccardi, the owner of the Reveille Between the Lakes paper edition, which has been legendary. It's been around forever. Joe Siccardi sits down on the couch, talks about his business, and what's it like to run the Reveille Between the Lakes for as many years, and it's been an outstanding newspaper as well. So we look forward to those two fine gentlemen, our fine two guests coming up to wrap up our year 2014. Well, guys, let's kick around a couple of things. Of course, we talked about how about them Cowboys, Rhett, huh?
Yeah.
Leading 21-0, getting down 24-21. You knew they were going to make a comeback, and the Cowboys pulled it out.
7-0 on the road.
Amazing, 7-0. That was Shock City. Even Jerry Jones has got to be happy because now it looks like they're definitely going to be up into the playoff situation.
Still 2 weeks to screw it up.
But I'll tell you, I was surprised leading 21-0, and I had a feeling that they were going to make a comeback, and the Eagles took the lead.
Yeah.
So Cowboys looking pretty good. Giants win. Little Tommy Coughlin. Is it enough? We'll see. Speculation on whether Tom will be brought back, whether they'll let him go. They're not going to fire him. Whether they're going to go to a different direction, question is, who knows? The Mara family will know, and they'll make a decision, I guess, postseason. Rhett, you think he might be brought back, or do you think it might be time to make a switch and transition?
I mean, he did win 2 Super Bowls. I mean, there's a lot to be said for that.
Yep.
And organizations like the Giants and the Steelers, they don't like to make change unless it's absolutely necessary.
Right.
You know, they've played well the last few weeks. I don't know. I mean,
it's going to be interesting.
Kind of deserves to make his own decision on that.
I don't think he wants to leave.
I don't think he does either. I mean, I would at this point. Like he's done all he can do in the game, but you know that'll be up to him.
It'd be interesting.
You know, I'm more looking at the Dolphins coaching position. I can't figure out how they just for the last 10 years can't get out of their own way.
Yeah, that's a good
That
point.
division is really something else.
It really
Jets, Dolphins, and Bills, and then the Pats.
I mean, 2 weeks ago the Dolphins were in the playoffs as a wild card.
Boom.
Now the Bills are ahead of them. They're at the bottom looking up 7-7.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, Jets win yesterday against Tennessee, an ugly game. Thank God it wasn't on local television. Yeah. By the way, I was told something yesterday, and maybe Jim and Rhett, Jimmy can pull it up on the Google. I did not Google it this morning. They said that Tennessee score 16-11. It was the first time in the history of the NFL that was the score.
Yep.
Well, first time in the history it was a 16-11 score?
That's what it said.
Yeah, I saw
that
too.
I couldn't believe it.
Yep.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
I just assumed that it always may have been a 16-11 score.
Well, 11's uncommon.
But
very hard, yeah.
11.
How did they get to it? 8 in the field goal? A safety alone isn't going to do it.
Safety, let's see.
3 field goals and a safety. Okay, and that's never been done before.
Never been done.
Somebody
ugly. Said that last night on one of the sports talk shows.
That was not a pretty game.
Oh, it was an ugly.
No.
I think Rex is packing his bags.
Yeah.
I'd be shell-shocked.
Harbaugh, trade for Harbaugh.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I kind of feel a little bit bad for Rex Ryan because he's from an era of defensive coaches, and then they change all these rules. And you look, if you're a defensive coach nowadays, you're out of luck. You got to be offense.
You can't
got
touch
to be
him
Chip
after
Kelly.
5 yards.
I don't know what that. You know, some of these GMs should be fired before the coaches.
I know.
Coaches coach the players they're given.
I know.
Now,
that's right.
The Jets, they haven't done much with the offense in the last 4 years. Sanchez's first 2 years, they had some nice receivers, good running backs.
Yeah.
They had it going, and then it kind of fell off. But I mean, I don't know, some of the moves that they've made recently kind of shake your head.
Well, I think that the Philadelphia situation with Sanchez going over and putting up numbers is a perfect example.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a NFL quarterback coming out of college, or really any position, you know, and what system you get placed in really determines the type of career you're going to have.
Definitely.
And Sanchez had 1 foot, you know, out of the league.
Yeah.
And now he's putting up great numbers in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but to me it looks like it could be Seattle back again for a return visit.
Seattle looks tough.
And New England with Brady.
Yeah.
They look unbelievable.
That'd be kind of the clash of the opposites, the offense versus the defense.
Yeah.
Just like last year. But
Exactly. It looks like, I mean, obviously a lot of things are going to change. And yes, it's time for me to suck it up and congratulate the Bills fans. And it's been hard for me to do this. I've thought about it all that long. And I must tell you, folks, it's not easy for me to credit. My mother reminded me, and God, she's in heaven, thank God. She reminded me, always be nice and always give credit where credit is due. Hey, I've never liked the Bills. You all know that. I pick on them all the time. I take shots at them all the time. It's my show, so I can do it. My point is, two futility streaks have finally, one of them is over. And the reason I'm doing this is I even brought a little something this morning. See that 9? Is that a 9? That's good camera work, Jimmy. 9 years in a row with a losing record for the Bills. It's over. That streak is ended. They can't screw that up. They're 8-6 with 2 to play. As Rhett, being a Lions guy, and myself and Jimmy, not a Lions guy, 8. The worst case scenario, they would lose to the Raiders and lose to New England, which it wouldn't be out of question. They would be 8-8, so that's not a losing record, right, Rhett?
9-7's looking good for them.
Okay, right. I can't believe they won't win against Oakland next week. I really can't.
That'd be tough.
It'd be tough to lose that game. So they're 9-6. Then they got the last game in New England. But here's the other streak. That is a 14. That's my Miners Academy writing. That is 14 years in a row without a playoff. It could be 15. And really, even if the Bills, I think, were to shock the world and win the next 2, they may not get in. The reason is because Baltimore has a tiebreaker against them. Kansas City has a tiebreaker against them. San Diego has a tiebreaker against the Bills because San Diego beat them in Buffalo. So did Kansas City. So the point is, even if they were to run the table, there's a chance they wouldn't get in. And then the other issue is, Rhett and myself are talking, and Jimmy, Denver and New England, both are 11-3. Rhett knows, and we all know, and if you follow football, you know, you want to get the best record in the conference for home field throughout.
Yep.
They are 11-3. Denver travels to Cincinnati next week.
Tough game.
Bengals are decent. I still think Denver may win that one. Yeah. They're going to be in Cincinnati because they got to win it. Remember, they know that New England's tied with them for the overall conference. So they win that game. Guess who they end up with, Denver? The Raiders. Goodbye. Denver's going to win that one. New England comes to New York and plays the Jets. That's a W. Then they end up with Bills in New England.
And they're not going to take their foot off the gas.
My point is, you don't take your foot off the gas when Belichick knows you want to get the home field, which is huge.
Well, he's played Peyton Manning at home in the playoffs, and we all know what happened there.
Exactly. So the key is, it doesn't look good for the Bills to end that streak of 14. We'll keep you posted, though.
15's a nice number. You're not going to get me to root for the Bills, that's for sure.
I brought a guest in that feels the same way about the Bills that I do. And how about if you were not Rhett Ticconi, but let's say you're Matt Kemp of the Dodgers, formerly, and you're an MVP, former MVP. You got chances, the way they spend money like drunken sailors out there, to get to the World Series on a more consistent basis. And all of a sudden, you're making, I don't know, 16, 18 million a year, living a highfalutin fashion, right? Hanging out with all the celebrities in California. You get a call from Rhett Ticconi, the general manager of the Dodgers. He wants to see you in his office. You walk in his office, and Rhett tells him, well, we traded you. Where? San Diego.
Could be worse.
Could be Cleveland.
Listen, the weather's good in San Diego, folks. I got friends that live out there. Jimmy, it's 75 average temperature all year long. But Red has just sent him from a potential World Series participant to see ya. You're never landing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He's got 18 million reasons to be okay with it.
Yeah, I know. I just saw that. I started laughing. I said, "Oh my God, all those poor Padres."
At least he didn't get traded to the Marlins. Yeah. Could be worse. Although they've won 2 World Series in the last 20 years.
And by the way, as we're talking about the Bills, I do crack up. I did see an article recently. I talked about this in an earlier show. It does crack you up how some of these businesses go out of their way to promote and give away something. Mm-hmm. Mark Schiller, the president and CEO of City Mattress, which is on TV a lot, his deal this year with the Bills organization was that if Rhett Ticconi's family went in and bought a mattress and box springs from a City Mattress, which, by the way, brings some money because it's not cheap there, and they bought it, they paid for it, and then they put their name in a box on the way out, that Rhett's family, they would draw their name, and he would get a check for what he spent, $3,000-4,000. However, for that to happen, the Bills would have to win the AFC Championship.
geez.
So,
Good luck.
I am here to say that I don't think that's going to happen. And I've never met Mark Schiller, the president. He's on TV, good-looking guy. My point is, folks, maybe if Mark Schiller goes to a casino and it's $5 maximum playing the slots, he plays the 5-cent rule because he surely didn't outstandingly. He didn't go out of his way to gamble too much on that promotion. I mean, it just cracks me up. Yeah, Jimmy Seneca is going to write a check for $100 if the Bills win the next 4 Super Bowls. Right, Jimmy?
Yeah, let's launch that promo.
I know. It's amazing. But, hey, by the way, let's talk about got Rhett Ticconi here having a good time this morning on a Monday. How about that wonderful Lake weekend, guys, huh? What an amazing weekend, Jimmy.
Did you run in the race, Rhett?
I didn't. My wife did.
Yeah, I saw Katie down
Yeah,
there.
we watched from the porch.
Nice. 3,500, Jimmy? Showed up?
3,515, I think, was the number, which would be more than ever. And
Wow.
it was a kind of a gloomy day. You know,
Yeah.
it was really misty and dark.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but that doesn't affect the holiday cheer.
Great event.
Oh, I know. The restaurants were packed.
Yeah.
The bars were packed. The hotels were packed.
Great thing to do for the town.
Yeah, I gotta congratulate Jeff and
Oh.
Tina Rook and Kevin and Julian Korzaneski.
phenomenal.
They've done it
Yeah.
again. This was the 6th time. And if you want to see what 3,500 runners look like running across a bridge in Seneca Falls, the video is up on FingerLakes1.com
I
this
heard
morning.
you were like a salmon going upriver, filming that.
That's right. This is my 6th year filming it, so
It looked cool.
it was tough to follow up last year's video with the snow. There was
Yeah.
tons of.
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful last year.
Can you imagine if we could find a way to organize? I know the decision on this Lago Casino is coming up Wednesday. Everybody's holding their breath. Will it go through? Will it not go through? Will we get selected? Will we not get selected?
I hear
don't-
no.
You heard no.
Well, it's not official,
Oh.
but what I'm hearing is no, and it's because of the pressure from the Oneidas to the east
Really?
and Niagara casinos, Senecas to the west. I've heard it from a few different people now who are, I don't know if they're kind of
Inside?
in the know or not. Yeah, but they said that we're not getting it.
They're not drunks at a bar that you visited, are they? Just these people are knowledgeable.
No, these are people. I wouldn't bring it up if I didn't believe in what they were saying. It's unfortunate. It's not just because they're saying it doesn't mean it's so. I guess they really don't know. Wednesday it'll be announced, but I went from being pretty hopeful that it was going to happen to now thinking that it's not. But
Well, I think
we'll know
Ray,
Wednesday.
I think Ray Halbritter, who's got more money than Donald Trump, the head of the Oneidas, Turning Stone,
Yeah.
they're not going to be happy with the Lago Casino being opening up because my wife and myself, we go to Turning Stone on occasion, spend a night over, lose a little money, have some laughs, have dinner. But it's 1 hour drive from 41 to 33. We've done it a million times.
Yeah.
It's an hour. It'll be interesting. Decision's coming Wednesday. I'm kind of glad the decision's coming.
Yeah.
So, I think it's going to do great for the area. I'm not thrilled with the location, never have been, but we'll see what happens. So stay tuned to Finger Lakes 1, folks, because Jimmy Zenegropy will be on top of this story. As soon as it's announced, right, Jimmy? It'll hit your
We'll
website.
post it as soon as it's
Soon as
out
it goes.
there. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, speaking of Rhett, hosting a great basketball doubleheader at the beginning of the season, Tip-Off Classic, which was on the 29th of November. Just a reminder, I feel bad because I'm a Lions guy, so as now I find out my friend Rhett, we're both born in Lions. Can't keep saying that enough times. Hey, Lions. All right. Is your name on any plaques over there, like Mayhem?
I got a couple.
State champ, right?
State champ.
He's a state
sectional
champ.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. All right. My name
Basketball team.
My name
I
isn't.
cheered the team more than I
right, well-
actually contributed, but I played in cleanup time. We
isn't.
had a pretty good team that
My
year.
name isn't anywhere to be found. I don't know why. The firehouse that I was born in wasn't still there. They knocked that. I don't know. They just couldn't wait to get rid of me, Lions. But that's the way it is. Hey, by the way, it's kind of sad for the dog because I look forward to coming to Clyde tomorrow night to do this game that we had scheduled for Red Creek coming to Clyde, Savannah. And I have a million friends in Clyde, as Jimmy knows, going across that bridge. I worked a lot of basketball games on radio and football games for 30-some years. I look forward to tomorrow's assignment. It's not going to happen. It's been rescheduled to this Saturday. So I feel bad. I won't be able to make Saturday. I've already got a previous commitment. But Jimmy will be there with his team doing the game. It'll be Saturday night. And Jimmy will be talking. Tip-off time about 7:15 airtime. About 7:30.
7:30 tip.
7:15.
Jake Slobe is why you might want to
Jake
watch
Slobe.
this from
Yeah.
Red Creek. He could be the best player in the league. He scored 34 a couple nights ago. He scored 25 with 8 rebounds in the next game. And then Clyde, who everybody thought would be down, losing Cam DeSanto and Jermaine Bogans and Joey Faniel. They got a kid named Michael Turner who, I'm telling you right now,
He's a
hands
player?
down, he's the best athlete.
Wow.
That you'll see in the league. I mean, the way he runs the court, the way he jumps,
Really?
and he was really raw a couple years ago. But this is his senior year, and he's refined his game, and so I think a lot of people, including myself, may have slept a little bit on Clyde Savannah. So that'll be a good game. Red Creek, by the way, won their first 2 league games against Sodus and ER, and they weren't necessarily expected to be that good.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be just slow, but apparently he's got some support this year, and that Wayne County should be a real interesting key game on Saturday night.
So just to reiterate, the Clyde Savannah Red Creek game scheduled for tomorrow night will not take place. It'll be taking place this Saturday in Clyde. Jimmy Seneca with the play-by-play and the team. And our last doubleheader, or last games of this year, is on the 29th of December. Our team will be in Waterloo. Girls and boys against North Rolls Wolcott will come into town to take on Waterloo, both boys and girls. Airtime about 5:45. That first game starts at 6. So that'll be our final broadcast of this year. And then, of course, we kick off a bunch of games, obviously, in 2015.
I'm looking forward to that January 2nd game.
There you go.
Who's that?
Lions and Clyde.
Oh, that's always one of the best ones. And this
That's the
year,
game.
we're doing it at the Atwood for the first time. We've always done Lions Clyde in Clyde. We're going to the Atwood gym. So, yeah, it's going to be, we're going to have to.
That'll be rocking. Full house.
Well, that's in Lyons, right?
Yeah.
That's our hometown. I'll be there, and I certainly want to get over to check it out. I'm not scheduled to broadcast it, but I'll be over there. And our problem is, Rhett, we got to get a petition together as former Lyons natives
Yeah.
to get a restaurant in Lyons. There's nothing there. There's nothing.
There's a couple of Growlers is there. And
Yeah.
Lions.
I
That's a
can't
good
find
little
any
spot.
place to eat. I mean, I want to get something to eat.
Try Growlers. It's a good little spot.
Well, you got to give me the directions. I'm from Lyons. It's only about 4 blocks long.
It's right across the street from the park.
Okay. I'll
Right
check-
across the kitty corner from the bank.
Oh, well, that famous restaurant used to be there. The one I used to go to all the time in Lyons.
Oh,
Right
the soda
around-
spa?
No, the
Trombino.
Trombino.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not there anymore.
Oh, I feel bad.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's a bummer.
Hey, we have a lot in common. Both Lions guys now. I didn't know that about Rhett. All right, he's my best friend now. BFF, Lions. Hey, folks, we're going
I
to
don't
have
know if that's good or bad.
I don't know either. Yeah, it might be bad because I'll probably talk about you on the air too much. Jimmy, you all set for the holidays? Santa Claus is coming to town. Getting pumped?
Yeah, I still got some shopping to do, but yeah, it's 2 weeks now, not even.
Don't buy me anything too expensive. I'll be embarrassed. All right, folks. Hey, have a great week, everybody. We hope that you had a good time this morning. Thanks to my good friend, Rhett Ticconi, joining
Thanks,
us.
Rhett,
this
for
morning.
coming in.
Thanks for
Appreciate
coming
it.
in, Rhett. We'll have you back.
Thank you very much.
All right. And we'll definitely be back at the College of Distraction down there, too. So take care, everybody. Enjoy your week. Be safe. And until next time, when we have the Miras boys on the couch for the famous Buffalo Bill onslaught next week, you don't want to miss it. Take care, everybody. That's a look at Weber this week. My way.
Support great local content like this by becoming a patron of FingerLakes1.com. Visit patreon.com/FL1.
FingerLakes1.com. Come on and join the fun.